So many thanks to Dr. Wang for her introducing me. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yeah, the topic today I'm going to talk is about the molecular diagnosis of tuberculosis by a DNA chip. Tuberculosis is a very important infectious disease in the world. The microbacterium divides per time, per 22 hours. However, E. coli divides one time in 25 minutes. So this microbacterium grows very, very slowly in our body. The disease is caused by, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. As I have mentioned, it is a very slow-growing gram-positive bacilli. TB mostly infect our lungs and cause tuberculosis. But the bacterium also infects many sites outside the lungs. And these infections are called extrapulmonary tuberculosis. The disease is a major global health problem. About 1/3 of world population are carriers. So 1/3 of us are TB carriers. But most of them are latent carriers. So we do not develop tuberculosis. TB cases in general are decreasing because of the WHO prevention program worldwide. But the drug-resistant TB is increasing. MDR TB is an abbreviation of multi-drug resistant TB, and this TB is defined as a resistant to at least two very important drugs, rifampin and isoniazid. These two drugs are very good, very effective, very cheap, and have no side effect, very little side effect against TB. However, XDR TB is extensively drug-resistant TB, and it is defined as MDR TB with resistance to phenonoquinolone, with additional resistance to phenonoquinolone, and one of the secondary injectable antibiotic. This is a distribution of TB in the world. As you can see, Russia, East Europe, China, India, South Asia, Africa have high rates of TB cases. In 2013, there was approximately 9 million new TB cases in this year only. And about 1.5 million people died from TB. So perhaps TB is more important and serious than HIV and malaria in this world. This is the percentage of new TB cases with MDR TB. In general, it is about 3.5%. It means 100 people, 3.5 people are infected with with MDR TB. And again, you can see the most prevalent countries are Russia, East Europe, China, India, South Asia, and in many countries of Africa. But in general, TB cases are very, very few in Western countries. However, this is the percentage of previous treated TB cases. It means if a TB patient is not cured and the TB is recurrent, then the MDR TB percentage will increase to 20.5%. And this is a 7 times increase comparing to new TB cases. So, an unsuccessful treatment of TB is very bad for TB patient because the drug resistance rate will increase about 7 times. So, in general, the laboratory diagnosis include a solid culture on LJ media, or liquid culture on MGIT, and then subculture on 7-11 agar. And then we can do the antibiotic susceptibility testing. The full procedure can take about 8 weeks. It means 2 months to 3 months for the isolation of TB microorganism and the drug resistance. So this is very, very long time, 2 to 3 months. So, and in addition, the medical technicians are exposed to high concentration of TB bacteria because for performing the drug susceptibility testing, the technicians need to use high concentration of live bacteria. So the laboratory safety standard should be very, very high, such as negative pressure in the laboratory. And it means the high cost of this testing. This is the bacteria grows on LJ media. The gold standard for drug susceptibility testing is the agar proportional method. So we culture the microorganism on agar containing different antibiotics or without antibiotic. And we need to wait for 3 weeks for the TB cells to grow, to absorb the results. So the time is a long time, it's 3 weeks. So the efficiency is very low, and the technicians are exposed to high hazard. So I will introduce the drugs used for treatment of TB. The drugs are divided into first-line drugs and second-line drugs. As I have mentioned, isoniazid and rifampin, the 2 antibiotics are very, very useful for treatment of TB, and they are cheap, little side effect, and very effective against the TB. But if the TB case is MDR TB, then we need to use second-line drugs. Second-line drugs include ofloxacin and several injectable antibiotics. And these second-line drugs are least effective, very expensive, and have a lot of side effects. The treatment of a TB case, treatment of a new TB case, it takes 6 months at least by using 3 to 5 drugs of first line. If a TB case is MDR case, it takes, the treatment takes 18 to 20 months treatment. So this is almost 2 years. Every day, the patient take 3 to 4 antibiotics for 24 months. So it is very difficult for the patient and for the doctor, and it's a very heavy burden for the government. In Taiwan, to treat a TB, to treat a MDR case, it takes $30,000. So $30,000. So it's quite expensive. However, drug resistance in TB is caused by gene mutations in several genes, including rifampin resistance in RNA polymerase B, in codons 516, 526, and so on, and isoniazid resistance in 2 genes so far. So we can detect these mutations in these genes to rapidly diagnosis of drug resistance. So phenolone resistance is caused by mutations in gyrase A and gyrase B, and so on. So a lot of papers have described these mutations causing drug resistance. For this reason, we have developed an oligonucleotide array or oligonucleotide chip to detect these mutations in a simple and a single array. Totally, we are going to detect the mutations in 9 genes to predict drug resistance of TB. We use multiplex PCR. This PCR used 13 pairs of primers at one time. So we amplify the 9 genes, almost 10 genes, and 13 regions in these genes. And after amplification, we use probe hybridization to detect mutations. Each primer was labeled with a molecule of deoxygenin during PCR. So the PCR products are labeled with deoxygenin molecules. We also have internal amplification control, and this column shows the amplicon size of each PCR product. We use a membrane array, so this is quite cheap. This is not a glass array or a plastic array. And with single-stranded short oligonucleotide immobilized on the membrane, and after PCR, the amplicons are labeled with deoxygenin, and after hybridization with probes on the array, we used anti-deoxygenin antibodies conjugated with enzyme. And after addition of substrates, we can see the hybridized probes. So this is a colorimetric, not a fluorescent detection. So the results can be observed by our naked eyes. So, and the solid phase is membrane, nylon membrane. So the system is quite cheap and easy to perform. Yeah. Because most high instance countries are in general developing countries. not Western countries. So most of these countries don't have a lot of money to buy the expensive kits from Western countries. So this is a little bit complex. This is our array, and the solid phase is nylon membrane, and we have 141 oligo probes on it, and these probes can detect 71 single nucleotide polymorphisms in 9 genes, and this area is used to detect development resistance, and this green area is going to detect the isoniazid resistance and so far. And we also have internal control and all positive controls for these 9 genes at the upper rows. Okay, so this is only one reaction, and the dimension of the chip is about 1.5 centimeter square. So it's not so big, 1 centimeter square. I will show you some examples of the hybridization results. In this sample, all no mutations were found by the array. So array interpretation or the antibiotics are susceptible. Yes. This is a real clinical specimen from patient. Okay. And so the drug susceptibility is the same. This is the gold standard by culture. And in this specimen, 3 mutations, as indicated by 3 different colors, were detected by the array. So it was rifampin resistant, INH resistant, and ethambutol resistant. And so by definition, this was a case of MDR-TB. And again, the results were equivalent to the gold standard. In addition to the knowledge of resistance, we also can know the exact mutation in the gene, in the codon, and the amino acid change was from serine to lysine. So you can exactly know what is the reason causing the drug resistance. So this can has the advantage of epidemiology understanding. And I show you these 5 arrows. We detected 5 mutations, and the exact mutations were known, and the drug resistance, 5 drug resistance was observed. Again, this is equivalent to the conventional results. And in this case, 7 SNPs were detected in this patient. And by definition, this was an XDR case because it was resistant to rifampin isoniazid, and in addition ofloxacin and one of the injectable antibiotics. So in the single chip, we can detect MDR, XDR, okay? But if you commercial kits from Western countries, you may need to pay 200 or 300 US dollars to obtain the same result, okay? Then you need at least 2 or more kits to complete the assays described here. So in total, we have 546 clinical isolates of TB from 204 patients. And these samples were analyzed by the array and by the gold standard method. Normally, we will have some discrepant results, and these discrepant results were analyzed by gene sequencing to confirm confirm the result. Okay, this table shows the result of rifampin. The overall result had more than 98% agreement with the culture method. And this result was based on isolate or patient, because normally one patient will had several specimens collected from the disease cause at different times. The sensitivity is quite high, specificity is also high, positive predictive value and negative predictive value are very high. And this table shows an overall performance of the array for detection of the 8 drugs. So you can see, except the capryomycin and amikacin, the sensitivities are not so high, around 60 or 75%. However, the agreement of the 2 antibiotics are also very high with conventional method. So overall, the performance of the assay is acceptable. So this is, I think, is the last 2 slides. The array can effectively detect drug resistance to the first and second line anti-TB drugs, except capryomycin. So this is from isolate, but we also found similar results can be obtained from liquid cultures, such as MGIT. They can detect exact mutations. That is the advantage of epidemiology value. The assay time is about 6 hours, not 3 weeks. Please be noted to this. So this is the time that the assay time is largely shortened and the effectiveness is highly increased. And the laboratory technicians do not need to expose to high dangerous bacteria. And the array is relatively cheap because most developing countries have high incidence of TB, do not have money to buy such expensive kits from US or Germany or Belgium, and so on. So here are some publications concerning the detection of TB, NTM, and the drug resistance of TB from our laboratory. Thank you for your attention. Okay.
Thank you for your presentation.
Please use a microphone.
First, I want to congratulate you for your presentation, and that said, this method is not only for tuberculosis, but it's broad application even for cancer diagnostics. Congratulations. So I just want to know if this method, you just need to do PCR, or it can be also not PCR dependent. This is my first question.
It is PCR dependent.
You can do it without using PCR?
No. Because we need to amplify the genes in the bacteria and labeling the amplicons.
Because as we know now, the new biosensor, the aim now is to try to be dependent of PCR. I think if you have some method of purification of, you can concentrate the oligonucleotide, it'll be also the good idea. So also I want to know if this method is accepted by World Health Organization, because as a medical laboratory technician, as you said, it's dangerous to work with the bacteria. So for us, we don't use the culture, because for our, it's a danger for us. So we use a gene expert. You know the gene expert
Yes,
from,
of course. Gene export.
the gene expert.
Yes.
I just want to know if this new method is like if the World Health Organization they accept this new method.
Gene export, the cost for analysis of one test is, let me see, is about $60 in Taiwan. But they have special price for Africa, Vietnam, and several countries. But it can only detect the resistance of different pin. Okay, one drug, only one drug. Only one drug, not so many drugs. And you need to buy a bigger machine. The bigger machine is about, let me see, 200万，大概多少？那 60,000 US dollars. So it's not affordable even in Taiwan. I don't think so even in China.
Yes, because we bought the gene expert machine, but it takes all our money. It's very expensive as we know. Also, I just want to know, there are some special treatment before doing the PCR because, as we know, there are many inhibition during the PCR reaction. Also, when we developed the new biosensor, we tried to find another way, not using the common way to do the treatment of sample. If you detect some inhibition during the...
Yeah, we can detect TB, TB, not a drug resistance, by a more simple method, such as lateral flow immunochromatographic test. But it's only for detection of the microorganism, not the drug resistance. So, and for detection of TB, you still need to grow by solid agar or liquid broth. Yeah, you cannot detect from sputum.
How long it takes from the beginning until the end?
About 6 hours. So if you start in the morning at 9, you can complete it at 4 or 5 before you leave home. Yeah, in a working day.
Yeah, this can save many lives.
Yeah.
So I just how to detect it. For example, as a no expertise technician, how to detect this? How to interpret this? The result. They have some special camera because there are many holes, many results.
Oh, you can read by your eyes, but we have a small reader. Small reader, it is a small camera, and it's a CDC camera, and we have a software. I don't talk it about today. It is a camera, simple camera, and it detects the grayscale of each spot, and a comparison of the software will read the result, and it will output in 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
I encourage you to doing application more infectious disease, and you can have success in your application. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have more questions? Okay, so immense pleasure to invite Dr. Gaston Huibohang to facilitate with Dr. Chang's